Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all very well, and also I want to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Now today I want to show you my TN collection. TN is short for Traveler's Notebook. I have a lot of Traveler's Notebook, and I did not buy any Traveler's Notebook from anyone else. I just made my own from scratch. The reason why I made all my Traveler's Notebook is because back in the time, which was at the beginning of this year, people did not sell white pocket size, and I knew if I had a Traveler's Notebook I would like it to be chunky and I would like it to be a pocket size. So that's why I started making my own. And the process is so simple that I did not feel like I needed to go out and buy it from some seller. But Traveler's Notebook with pockets and stitches, they're a different scenario. I would actually invest money to get a Traveler's Notebook with pockets and stitches because I can't do them, and I do trust the artist out there who does a really good job at doing them. Before I get into showing you my Traveler's Notebook, and I have got plenty in my opinion, I would like to share some quick notes with you guys. So from my previous video, Help Me to Organize My Life, I made some notes. So one of you have left a comment on saying, thank you for making the video, I would like to see how you have overcome those issues. Now I have got so many brilliant advice from so many other people. I took all of them together and put my own spin on it, and finally I figured out some stuff and how to overcome them. For example, laundry. The first person who actually commented on my video helped me to realize that I needed some sort of a routine when it comes to laundry. So I have set myself an alarm in my phone to remind myself to do laundry on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, so I cannot ignore my alarm when it goes off. With journaling, I have branched out and reached for watercolor and art journal, so that is working really well for me. I actually am loving doing arts and sketches and painting them with watercolor. So I think if you are struggling to do your normal journaling, then branch out and find something else. I'm not saying ditch the system you have already got. I used to only journal by writing, just writing my day-to-day things happening. But I have realized that sometimes it can be too boring, so I did not ditch it completely. I still write my day-to-day, but there are times when I don't feel like writing anything and I just feel like sketching and doing some sort of art, and it really helps me with my creativity, and it's very therapeutic. It's the cheapest therapy you can ever find. So if you are thinking about doing some sort of coloring or sketching or any sort of art journaling, give it a go, guys. I promise you it's gonna make you so much happier. And if you're crap, don't worry about it. I'm crap as well. I'm not an expert, so I'm not doing everything perfectly. So you don't have to be perfect when it comes to art. In terms of books, I have been motivating myself to read books. I even went to bookstores, and especially vintage bookstores that I love, absolutely love. So I've been looking at books, at old books, and just touching their spine and just getting the magic of book in my life again. So I am trying to get into the habit of reading. It's a lengthy process, but the more I encourage myself, the better I get at it. Right, so the last bit, I have not touched every single things like health, fitness, because those are the things that I need to have a conversation with myself before I even try to achieve them. But the easy ones I've already started, and the tips you guys have given me has helped me greatly. Moisturizing, I have actually looked into oils. It's so much easier for me to rub oil on my body after I come out of the shower than say using a very thick moisturizer. I have very dry skin, so for me working with thick moisturizers, it gets really hard. I know I have to use a thick moisturizer, but I don't enjoy using it. I think the oils does a really good job. It really spreads really quickly, and it's kind of, I don't feel like it's a chore. And when it comes to my hands, I've been reaching out for moisturizer and lotions a lot more. I keep one near my desk at the bathroom, so it's been going well. So that's all for the previous video. Now I want to jump into the current video. So this video is all about showing you my Traveler's Notebook. I have a lot of Traveler's Notebook, in my opinion. I've made so many. I've made mistakes on so many of them, so I make another one and I make another one. And so every single Traveler's Notebook has its own character, including this one. It has its own character, and I will show you. So this is my everyday carry. You guys have seen it, loved it, and I love it so much as well. This is the perfect Traveler's Notebook. This is I think my unicorn, dream planner. So you guys have seen the insides before. I'll show you the imperfection, right? I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a split there, and that's because it's my fault. I made a traveler's notebook out of a hide. The traveler's notebook I made before this, I was cutting the leather and I accidentally cut a little bit into this piece of leather. Now I didn't want to waste this leather, so I still made a traveler's notebook out of that piece of leather. And I think this imperfection makes it so, for me, I love it so much for that reason. So this is my everyday carry traveler's notebook, and you all have seen it like a bazillion times, so you probably are bored of seeing this. The next traveler's notebook, I think it's fair to show you this one, because this one is his brother. So this is the traveler's notebook that I made myself again, and it's bare. I did not do anything to it. I left it undyed, and I love how it patinaed. When I first got this leather, it was quite light, and over the use, and I also tanned it. When we used to go for a long drive, I used to just leave like completely open like this on the dashboard, and it would just tan. It would tan nicely, and I love how it looks. Of course, I have rolled it, so it has all those lovely patterns. When it comes to rolling, right, the way the ripples and the patterns appear, it depends on the leather. So because they are from the same hide, they have texture in the same manner. But the other traveler's notebook that I showed online how to paint it, that one did not ripple the same way this two did, and that's because it's a completely different hide and they act differently. So yeah, this is the traveler's notebook I made. It's completely bare and it's lovely and smooth to touch. I love how it patinaed. I do miss using it. I might go back to using it, who knows, but I absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite. Okay, so the other one is this one. You guys have seen it when I have painted it on the camera, so if you have not seen that video, I'll leave a card. So this one has been just holding spare inserts. Oh, just the wrong way around. This one has been holding spare inserts, so I don't have any specific use for it yet. And oh guys, I did shave the inside bit because it was too, the paint was too thick to my liking, so I absolutely shaved the whole inside bit and stained it again. So I say stained rather than a coat of color, because I don't want to put too much paint on this layer because it might start chipping. So as you can see, it shows some bare skins on it, and I really love it. Yeah, so this one is just holding spare inserts. Okay, the next one is this one. It's a very shiny leather. It's a veg tan leather as well, but it has a resin finish. I absolutely used it to death. I didn't use it to death enough, but I did roll it, and I really had fun using this planner. After I've come back from my very long break of making YouTube videos, I made an update YouTube video where I showed you how I moved from a file of facts to a traveler's notebook. So I showed you this traveler's notebook. I mentioned that I did not like this leather at the beginning, and it's because it's really shiny and smooth. It just did not feel like a leather to start with. I slowly started to love it. It is a very nice pumpkin spice color, so it's perfect for Halloween. I wasn't using it for Halloween, I don't know why, but this planner is perfect for using it for Halloween times. With the green strand and the pumpkin color leather, it's just perfect. I love it so much as well. So the next one is this traveler's notebook. I made it quite recently. I bought a really large hide of this leather, and I made several traveler's notebook and given it to my husband, my family member. But this one, I wanted to keep it for myself because I love it so much. I did not make the traveler's notebook as perfect as I want it to be, because I feel like the strands are a bit wonky here, but I absolutely love this leather. If you guys could touch it, I wish you could, because you would feel how lush this leather is. It's floppy, but it has a structure. It's not like so floppy that it just, you know, does not hold your traveler's notebook in the right place. It actually has a good structure, but it's so soft and so silky, and it's nice to stroke, you know. So here is another one. It's bright yellow. This leather is thick, but it's super duper floppy. As you can see, the elastic, when it closes it is so floppy that it cinches here. And this one, I have used it over the summertime. It was really lovely. A lot of people paid a lot of compliment on this traveler's notebook. The only reason I don't like this leather is because it has a weird finishing on it. It's very smooth finishing. It's not like, I don't think this leather can scratch and ding and get character on it because it has a finish on it. This sort of leather reminds me of bags and shoes, but it has a really nice texture. It has almost the nice ripples as my everyday carry. Well, not as nice as this one. This one is the best one, I think. But yeah, it still has nice texture. It looks really nice. It's a bright color, and the pink strand just makes me think of lemonade for some reason. I don't know why. It is the same dimension as my all pocket white size traveler's notebook, and yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely inside, but I'm not sure about the outside. But funny enough, I get a lot of compliment when I use this. I think it's unusual to see such a bright planner, so when everyone does see it, it catches their eye and they compliment it. So yeah, this is that one. Here is another traveler's notebook. I was going through a phase when I loved nude color leather. I went through that phase, so I was buying nude color leather. So that's why you see this one is in existence, because I was going through a phase. So I bought this, then I bought this. Funny enough, I used this, but not this. The leather is absolutely lovely. It's so soft and silky. It's a nubuck leather, so it is just absolutely delicious. That's the only way I can explain it. And it holds a nice amount of insert, the same amount of insert as all my traveler's notebook does hold. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just keeping spare inserts in here, A6 inserts, but I don't know why I didn't use it. I think when I made this one, right after I made this one, and the texture of this one really dragged me to use this one rather than that one. It's really bad. I have so many traveler's notebook that I just don't use. Once I fall in love with something, I use it for such a long time that other traveler's notebook gets neglected. Here is a traveler's notebook that I think a lot of people have seen it to death. This leather is quite popular. It's the Emerald Traveler's Notebook. I know Ray Blake offers it in his shop. A lot of Etsy sellers also offer this leather. This leather is very, very silky and soft. And funny enough, it scratches like easy. Have you seen that? It is just so easy to scratch it. And that's why I love this leather so much. The reason why I stopped using this, because the dimension was not right for me. I needed to make it a bit wider. It's just holding spare inserts. Actually, I'm in the process of making this into a wallet. When I say when I'm in the process of making something or doing something, I plan it for months and months and months. So I have this idea of, oh, I want to transfer all my wallet from my Filofax to a traveler's notebook. But before I do that, I need to experiment and see the prototype and work with it and see whether it would work for me. So I am still playing around with the setup and everything to see if it works. Now I will show you what I've done. Here I have just a normal notebook. Here I've got the normal card holder and a zipper pouch. And here is a vertical wallet for men. Why I have this, you ask? Is because I wanted a wallet that has coin pouch. I'm not sure about this part. I feel like it will fall apart. So I wanted something, a material type, that will hold my cards and my coins. And I was looking at so many different options on Etsy, and they cost about like 20 to 25 pounds just for the insert of a wallet insert. And it was just like, no, I can't spend that much money when I'm experimenting. So what I did is I went to AliExpress and I was looking at vertical layout wallet. And I found this wallet which had a coin pouch in it. So I was really happy with it, and it did not cost me that much. It was only like £3. So I thought, let me just buy it and experiment with it to see if I would like this. And I really do like this. So here is a place where you keep your cards and pictures and stuff. Here is the coin zipper pouch. And here is a place where you can keep more cards. And you can keep your cash as well. You can keep your cash from the top, but I don't think I'll do that. I'll probably keep receipts. So yeah, this one is such a good system for a wallet, and I did not spend too much money, and it still holds nicely into this traveler's notebook that was too small for my normal everyday carry. The reason I chose this over my other traveler's notebook is because I really love the look of this leather. I think if I carry this in my backpack, it won't look as pretty as it is looking now. It will get scratched up. It will look really scruffy. And I think that's what I'm going for. I like the scruffy look. Once I know that this is the right setup for my wallet and I transfer everything, I will make a video and I will show you how this looks as a wallet. The next traveler's notebook is something I'm not very fond of. This is another leather that has a completely satin finish on it, and it's almost like a plastic finish. I do not like this leather, but it was just lying about, so I thought I'll make a TN with it. And I mean, I like the inside bit. It feels like a proper leather, but the outside, the finish is just really ugly. I really don't like this. Here is another traveler's notebook. I think you guys have seen this before. I absolutely love this leather. The only reason I was not very keen on it is because it's really thin, guys. I love thick leather. I love how it holds and keeps the structure of the insert. It really buckles a lot. I think the buckling here really annoys me. But apart from that, this leather looks really vintage and beaten up, actually. If I open it all the way like this, you can see the amount of things happen to it. Yes, it has a finish, which again is irritating to me, but if I do this and really get into the leather, it really leaves nice texture. Can you see that? And I think it's a pull-up leather. I'm not too sure about this. If you can notice, I really like to scrunch this up. I don't know why. I really like to beat this leather up, and I think that's why I enjoyed using it so much. I was not too careful with this. I think this is a traveler's notebook I've been least careful with. Here is a traveler's notebook that is a very weird dimension, similar to my art journal, and that is because it's a bit skinnier than the normal pocket size. I absolutely love this leather. This is so yummy. This is so beautiful and yummy, and it gets so many scratches in so many different places. This is same leather as this one. So yeah, I love green. I think you can see a theme here. I really love green, and also my nails are green today. But yeah, so this one is again really soft, scratches really nicely. This holds my spare inserts that I am going to use as art journal. Just to let you know, these leathers, actually most of the leathers I bought from Leather for Craft. It's a shop in UK, and I really like them. So here's my recent art journal. If I get really bored of this TN, I can interchange between this and that. So that's why I like having both of them in my collection. This one is holding my art journal. You guys probably have seen all the things I'm doing. I will make a video on Sunday showing the new artwork I've been doing. I've been enjoying it so much, guys. I was not doing journaling as much as I would have loved to, so I made that video telling you guys that what am I going to do, and you guys tried to help me in so many ways, and I guess I was just looking for a different way to express myself. And once I found out that I kind of like the thought of watercolor and sketching, I picked up art journaling, and it's so much fun. Okay, so the last traveler's notebook is a humongous one. This is the first traveler's notebook that I've ever made in my life. So this is my baby, and this one is huge, and this one is gonna become a year old. It has been in use for a year, non-stop. Now this is a veg tan leather, same as this one. Or let me just show you the nude one, same as this one, right? Now you can tell this one looks shiny. It's fine with the oils from my hand. It probably made it nice and shiny, but this one is super shiny. The reason is because I treated it so much. I treated it all the time, and when I first made this TN, I colored it with oil-based dye, so it made the leather really stiff, and I did not like it. Anytime you color or paint or dye your leather, it's gonna feel really stiff, and you have to use some sort of moisturizer to make it soft again. I was new when it came to leather and everything, so I did not know what to do with it. So I watched one of the video from Miss Vicky B, and she said what she did with her homemade TN is that she used grapeseed oil and Vaseline. So you know what, I thought I made this myself. It didn't cost me that much, so I can take that risk. So I literally did that. I put loads of grapeseed oil and layered it with Vaseline, and guess what? It turned out really, really nice. So I have no regrets for using grapeseed and Vaseline on it. Now I know you should not be using Vaseline on leather because it apparently it clogs the pores. I was willing to take that risk because I made this myself, so I'm not going to ruin someone else's work. This one holds a lot of my uni notes, so I have different booklets for my modules at the moment. I've always got a reference book here just in case, and yeah, so basically I'm just taking notes at uni, and when it's time for me to do revision, I use this notebook like hell. Every single day I sit down and make notes on different modules. So this one gets used a lot throughout the academic year. This one's permanent residence is in my backpack. It does not come out of my backpack unless I use it. Okay guys, so those are all my traveler's notebook. I think I've got too many, and some of them I have not even used. I feel like every single traveler's notebook I make, they are my babies, so it's really hard for me to get detached from them. So chances are, if I make something, even though if it's not perfect, I'll keep it in my collection. I'll find some sort of use for it. I think I'll put some spare insets or something. But I really can't get rid of my traveler's notebook. Oh, and just to let you know that if you guys want me to make a traveler's notebook for you, then you can always contact me on Instagram and message me, and we can talk about the price and the configuration and the color and everything. So that is all for my video, guys. I will see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.